Boa noite. So I have this nice photo of a butterfly here, and I'm going to sharpen it with the high pass filter. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how to fix sort of the glowing edge or the halo effect that you sort of get around it. So first off, let's set up the high pass filter. There's different ways to do it, but the way that I do it is I duplicate the background layer, and then I set this background layer to overlay. Right? Of course, it doesn't look right now, but that's okay. Then I go to Filter and Other and High Pass. And then from here, I can decide how sharp I want it to be. Now, I'm focusing more on how the butterfly looks itself. I'm not really worrying about that edge, right? You should not worry about that edge because we're going to remove it. Now, as far as sharpness-wise, I think I like it somewhere around there, but the edge is much more noticeable, probably around there, right? Yeah, so I'm going to go a little overboard, just to really make sure that edge pops. I think that's fine. Now, I have it set to overlay already, so I don't need to switch that. I can adjust the opacity some if I want, right? And that does help reduce that halo effect a little bit, but it also reduces how sharp it is, right? So I'm no longer getting the exact same look that I was a moment ago. Now at this point what I do is with this layer selected, I add the mask, right? And this is how we're going to take care of that effect. With the mask selected, right, you can see the little white lines around the mask. I can go in here with my paintbrush selected on the color black, and I can actually just color in, right? So let's zoom in a bit, right? And then I can color in where that really strong glow effect is, right? Where it looks a bit unnatural. Now there is a slight issue here, and you can see the background is grainier than the area that I'm now erasing, right? So when I'm erasing along these edges, um, it's a bit smoother than where the butterfly is. Now, of course, is someone going to really notice? Probably not, but it is something to be aware of. That's essentially what I do with it to kind of get rid of that. Now, to be completely frank and honest with what I do is I typically don't actually use the whole layer. So like I had duplicated this layer. I typically don't actually duplicate it. Typically I will use the lasso tool, right, to then just grab just the butterfly itself, right? Because I don't want everything sharper. I just want my main focal point sharper. And then from there, I can go in and erase the edges on the mask. Oh, I'm erasing with white, so nothing is happening. I need to either paint with black or erase with black as the background color. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing anything happening. Okay, so zooming in, you can see this one, right? You can still see a few edges, right, from where my lasso was a little far from him, but that's okay. The main point is, how does this compare to the other one, right? That's kind of what we're really getting at. Okay, so that versus that. So see how it like makes everything sharper and grainier, and really I just want the butterfly sharper and grainier.